Death Stranding, a masterpiece to many, but a bad game to some. So why did Death Stranding receive such a mixed bag of reviews? Well, to put it mildly, those that disliked and hated Death Stranding simply just didn't understand it. They were either so confused by the opening cutscene or bored out of their mind from the first 3 episodes, and didn't even understand the game's mechanics at all. They immediately concluded that Death Stranding is just a delivery simulator, picking up packages from point A to point B. Sure, that is true about Death Stranding, but the game Kojima created is so much more. It's about connecting strands within the game of Death Stranding that sets it apart with its amazing story so unique that it requires long amounts of time to critique. Death Stranding is simple. If you love animes and movies, it's easy to see all of Kojima's inspiration that evolved into his new game. Take Evangelion and Akira for example. These two are the main 2 medias that clearly inspired Kojima's Death Stranding. Evangelion with its mass extinction, that is the third impact, or Akira again with a massive explosion and mass extinction. The same goes with Zelda's Breath of the Wild being highly inspired by Miyazaki's Princess Mononoke. Kojima did the same thing with Death Stranding. Speaking of Breath of the Wild, Death Stranding took a realistic approach in in-game inventory. Unlike Breath of the Wild, look at Link's inventory for example. Where does he put all that stuff at? In his butt. All jokes aside, Death Stranding is far from perfect. Death Stranding's combat is unique hands down, but the control selection screen had some minor glitches. Take a look at this portion of the game for example. I'm trying to switch to my gun, pressing on the right D-pad, but instead it registered as if I was pressing the left side of the D-pad, accessing my sandals instead of my gun. What am I gonna do with the sandal? Throw it at him? So now let's talk a little bit more about the gameplay. Now Death Stranding is similar to a Soul series for sure. Remember Bloodborne and how you can leave out a note to help other players. Death Stranding is the evolution of that. It connects other players the same way, by connecting their strand and leaving behind structures or vehicles for you to use to get out of a tight spot. Much like all Kojima's past works, Death Stranding is no exception to Kojima's technical words and jargons, like BTs, dooms, and timefall. The name Death Stranding itself is a play on words that eludes an undying protagonist. Is Death Stranding a game for you? Well, the answer is maybe and maybe not. If you're looking for a type of game that is all action with no breaks in between, Death Stranding isn't the game for you. Death Stranding is a game intertwined with Hideo Kojima's love for movies and the long cutscenes, which can be skipped if you want. To me, Death Stranding is one of the best coded games I have ever played. Hideo Kojima even went as far as innovating how a player selects through menus. If the player is done selecting and going through its inventory, the player can simply just press and hold X instead of the player scrolling all the way down the menu to close it. It's the little touches not all players will notice in Hideo Kojima's latest masterpiece. I'm giving Death Stranding a 9.5 out of 10. This is your host Prince Exile. God bless you all. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe for more.